there's been all sorts of studies documented about the low adoption of technology in construction and the low productivity in construction. And one might say, do they kind of go hand in hand? And I'm not going to say, yeah, technology is going to make us all be that much more efficient and so on. We got to use the technology right. But first, if you think about construction and you think about other industries like health sciences, or you think about banking and finance, well, they're all in a very controlled environment in a lot of respects. They're in a building, they're in four walls, they're in an office. A banking, there's offices or branches all over the place. But if you start thinking about construction, and I think the other one that's really weak is agriculture and mining. What's the similarities between construction, agriculture, and mining? They're out there. They're out there. They're not in the four walls of a building. They're building the four walls of the building. They don't know what they're going to run into. Think about agriculture, weather. Weather drastically affects agriculture. Weather drastically affects construction because it's out there. But as I look towards, where we're at and where we were, or I should better say where we were at, back in the 80s and even 90s, we were in an analog world. Things weren't really digitized that much. If they were digitized, they were self-contained. I had my payroll system digitized because I had it on some old PC or something like that. Yeah, it was electronic, but I still probably scanned my timesheets. And is that really digital? No, not really. But if you start thinking about it over the last 20 years, dating back into the dot-com days, that's when we truly started seeing the internet enter into construction, and we truly did see things start to become more digitized, more digital. And part of the reason is because we were able to extend out to the job sites. We had connectivity now to the job sites. So if we could gather data on the job sites and consume that back in the office in an efficient and productive manner, that's going to lead to increased productivity. So I believe that the adoption of a digital environment is helping the productivity of construction. It is increasing it, and again, it shows up in all different places. There's a lot of companies now writing point systems, again, back to the point system, a very specialized purpose system. They're writing software strictly for material procurement in the field for subcontractors and trade contractors. Very, very specific niche. But if you think about the old days where we had to make 5 trips down to Lowe's to pick up something because we kept on forgetting to get it, now you can just order it right from your phone and even have it delivered in many cases. Is that going to increase productivity? Of course it is. If that was electronic POs, if those POs can now flow back into the back office electronically rather than having to be faxed and scanned and then rekeyed in, is that going to increase productivity? You bet. Okay. And if we really don't believe that or see it, then I think we're putting on blinders a little bit. But I will remind us all, we do have to truly engage in it. You have to commit to it. I play a little bit of golf, and I watched the tournament this weekend a little bit, and I probably heard 3 or 4 different times. You could tell he really committed to that shot. He really committed to that shot. Well, when I was playing, I was good. I heard 3 or 4 times, you didn't commit to that shot. You didn't commit to it. And they were true. And the ones I hit well is truly where I committed to it. I had a plan and I executed. And that goes back to that ABC conference. Is implementation of technology is not easy, but you have to commit to it. We continually do see companies buy the technology, but they don't put together a plan for truly implementing or committing to it. And that's a key, is that commitment. And if you make a commitment to today's technology, I firmly believe it will increase efficiencies and productivity in the space.